Good evening, people. It is Thursday, February 15th, 2024. We are here live in the land of the living. It could have been another way, but thank God we are here tonight. Let somebody know that we are live on Facebook. We are live on the YouTube channel, which is the name of the show. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are live on Twitch, and we are live on X, formerly known as Twitter. As I always say, I have some of the dopest guests on this side of heaven. Tonight is no different than any other night. Tonight I'm gonna get into his bio real quick, and then we're gonna get into this wonderful conversation. For me, this has been a long time coming, but so happily, you get to run into different circles and be privileged. And this young man walks in. And I said, wow, look and behold who it is. Again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny, proven over and over again since I started this show in 2020. He, again, is a proven fact of what I just stated. He's actually 2 people removed from me. And I'm going to get to that in a minute once I read his bio. Marcus Woods is an American actor from the D. We're not talking about Dallas. We're talking about the one and only Detroit. And has been in many stage plays such as Night of the Living Dead in Canada at the Windsor Theater, My Brother Marvin, which is the Marvin Gaye story, at the Fisher Theater in Detroit. Also, many films, TV, including Empire, Fox Network, Fatal Attractions, TV1, My Sister's Keeper, Amazon Prime, Books on Tubi, Prime, and Brothers, which went to the, Cannes Film Festival on the Short Film Corner. He's also in a movie I just watched last night called Third Degree, which is on Tubi. Dennis Reed movie. Was an awesome movie. You guys need to see that. That is also on Tubi. I want you guys to welcome Mr. Marcus Woods to the show.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
It is an awesome Thursday, almost to the weekend. And how I know this young man, first off, his agent is one of my closest friends.
Right.
That I actually grew up with. Love him dearly, love him, doing awesome things in the talent world, as also acting himself. Benny Taylor. Oh my God. I can say so much about him, but this is about Marcus. So what Benny does when he has new acts and they have booked a show or TV, whatever role they have, Benny will put on his Instagram or his social media who the person is. And I've seen Marcus' face several times on Benny's page of congratulations, somebody, Marcus Woods, have booked such and such. And this is the first introduction I had with Marcus Woods. And lo and behold, I was at a birthday celebration, a private birthday celebration for one of my friends who I love as a little sister from Peerless Times. And you name it, came through. It was a beautiful occasion. I was so glad that I decided to go. And Marcus Woods walks through. And immediately, I gave him 5 minutes to sit down. And I proceeded into letting him know that I need him on my show. And with that conversation, here we are tonight with this this wonderful man doing it big in the acting world. Again, I want you guys to welcome Marcus Woods.
Look, I'm grateful to be on here. I think I'm the interaction was so funny because the way it happened. You did let me sit down with my plate first. You let me get a plate first, and you let me take 2 bites of my fruit, and then you proceed to say, "Hey, you, I'm trying to get you on my show."
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And
I
yeah,
did say that. Mm-hmm.
here we are. Here we are.
And here we are. And the funny thing is, we find out that we're more alike than we are different. And you only find that out by having conversations. We had an awesome time. We find out that the inside joke is he can't sing.
No, I cannot.
So the everything that I said, my last words was to the non-singer. So you're in a room full of actors, actresses, and singers.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all kind of like, okay, so what do you do? And who are you? And it kept going the whole time we were there. And so I have officially named the non-singer,
The
Marcus
non.
Williams.
You gonna make me go get singing lessons? Maybe I won't be the non-singer in the room no more.
I'm just saying, you gotta be the triple threat.
That'd be the triple threat.
You have to be. You have to be. So I stated that he's the bona fide actor. And let's go to the beginning. I can appreciate your story where you are now, but I would love for everybody to understand the journey that it took for you to be who you are today in the entertainment world. As a
But
kid, did you know that you wanted to be an actor?
yes and no. I didn't know what it was. I in elementary school, I had to be in about the maybe the third, maybe the fourth grade. And they had this assembly at our school, but it was I could tell it was really just looking back, it was just to buy time because they didn't know what else to do with the kids at the time.
Mm,
And and they said, whatever we're going to turn it into an assembly for talent. Whatever your talent is, get up and do your talent. And I was sitting there thinking like, what should I do? And this is third, fourth grade, and I remember getting up and I said, I'm going to reenact uh, a baseball player getting struck out, but I was going to play the pitcher, the batter, and the umpire. And I did all three. And when I was done, I struck myself out. It was really crazy, a lot of running back and forth. And when I struck myself out, and they all laughed, and the kids were like, "Oh, that was really good." That's when I knew way back then. I was like, "Oh yeah, I like this. I don't know what it's called, but I like it." You know what I mean? So yeah, and then the way me and my brothers we play with our toys. Most kids when they play with their toys, it's just banging them together or whatever. We would take our mom's soup cans and build little castles and put the princess up top, and then we would have like a whole storyline to how to get to the princess and save her. So I already knew then, I knew way back then that I knew I was a storyteller, and I knew I was a performer. I just didn't know what it was called, the official name of it.
okay, so your first time on stage, we're gonna say is elementary school, outside of home, of course. And then from there, let's go skip to high school. Did you do anything in acting in high school?
I did church plays, church stage
Okay.
school. Actual high school, no, because it wasn't cool to be a thespian in high school. So,
Okay.
I didn't want to not be cool, but I always loved it. I just didn't want to not fit in. Teenage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I done a lot of church stage plays, a lot of them. The one with the church that I attend, and then after that, it was just whoever had a play, I was on to do it because I started realizing like, oh, this thing is called acting, and I like it a lot, a lot, a lot.
Okay. So for you, the repetition and auditioning and things of that nature, what was your way of perfecting your craft?
Woo! In the beginning, that's literally what it was. Just go to anything that I can audition for. Because when I started acting, it wasn't how it is now in the Metro Detroit area. It wasn't all these independent films and everybody got a camera, everybody's a director, everybody's got a movie. It wasn't that. So all you had were plays, and you weren't just getting on in a play at the Fisher or at the Fox, unless you were a big name. So you had to do what you could. So you did a lot of off Broadway stuff. You know what I'm saying? So So a lot of church plays had a lot of singing and dancing also included. So the only way that I had perfected at the time was just keep going to the auditions. Just keep going. Whenever I heard about an audition, was there. Or if I heard of an audition anywhere, I just said I'm going. I'm going. So at the beginning, it was just going. It wasn't really a method in the beginning, but as time went on, I took classes. Just like I feel like people kind of shun classes. I took classes on how to audition for film and stage, and then after that, you could take a lot of classes, but after that, you got to kind of formulate your own thing. You got to put your own sort of ingredients into what you do, and that's kind of what I did. And most of it is just finding your confidence in walking in those rooms. That's me though.
So for you, what I know we saying that we love what we do because of Chris, I'm a fellow actress too. And my background is church as well, from kid Easter plays and different ones of that nature. And I always say if you can win over a church crowd,
Yep.
you can pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know why church people are the worst critics. But if you can do that, you can pretty much go anywhere. I decided that in my 40s, and I don't know if it was more so to see if I still got it or to see really what's out there. I auditioned. My first official audition was for Peerless Times. And I went out for the chorus and I got it. And this last one that was just this past April, we were at the Fisher, and it was amazing to have your name on the wall and to be in the dressing room of an awesome, famous theater.
Yeah.
And from there, I caught the bug. And from there, it was what's next? What's next? I went from I have done modeling before, but I went from that stage to a modeling stage to whatever another stage. And this time, instead of just being a supportive role, I end up having one of the main roles. And He's Fine, But Is He Saved? With Kim Brooks as the writer and TJ Hemphill again for the director. And now, again, I still have the bug. It's like, okay, what is this? Where am I going with this? So my question to you is, in catching the bug of acting, what is your official goal? Like, what are you trying to accomplish?
So what you mean as far as like my career? What's the goal?
Yes.
I don't like calling it an end goal because I feel like the whole thing is a journey. But what's a part of the journey? What's a part of the goals within the journey is to go as far as I can. I want to reach the pinnacle of what actors was. I want to Oscar. I want to work with the greatest, the names, the people we see on TV. The money I feel like is the bonus, but I want to be in the same playing field at playing field as the ones we call great. You know what I mean? And to me, if you're doing anything, be it acting, a doctor, or a basketball player, whatever you're doing, you should want to go all the way to the top, or at least as far as you can go. Because I don't want to. It's not a hobby for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that I know that it's a gift that God gave me, and it's my responsibility to share it with the world. And I want to share it on the largest platforms that we know of. You know what I mean?
So did you, as far as, I know we talked about high school, going back a little bit, did you have any formal acting classes?
Yes, I Washtenaw, both from community colleges. Washtenaw Community College, I took theater, and also Wayne County Community College, I took theater. But it wasn't until I went to the Detroit Repertoire Theater with Karen D. Kiera, and she broke down acting. And this is from a theater standpoint now. She broke down, because theater is my where I started. But she broke down acting so beautifully. She made it make sense, like put life with it and all these other things. And I was just like, oh, this makes sense. So she was an amazing teacher, a of the arts, and she broke it down so at the Detroit Repertoire Theater. She was amazing.
Right. So for me, the exciting part is also gleaming from a person like you who, I could dial up on Tubi. Soon I will be on there too. I actually have one. And another one that's about to come out with Renika McQueen,
Oh
A Stranger in My House.
yeah,
I actually had I'm playing a doctor in
okay,
there. Um Also, I will be going back to school in the summer for liberal arts in theater to get more of the behind the scenes, if I want to write, if things of that nature. And I'm excited about it, also to learn of the journeys of a person like you, to get tips from, um and to see everybody's paths are a little bit different. Again, starting from the stage, I didn't have formal training. I still don't.
hmm
It's just going in, like you said before, having confidence in yourself to become whoever they need you to be.
yeah,
It is a privilege because everybody can't do it.
hmm
Um, I was never a person that was afraid of people. So again, learning as a young kid, if you can conquer a church crowd, who are you afraid of?
Right. It's like going to the Apollo, man. Church got a little tough.
Yes, absolutely. Um, as far as your people of goals to say, hey, I want to act next to this person, who would that be for
Um,
you?
is just one person or whomever?
Whoever.
Uh, Obviously, I mean, I
I'll
want.
even go one step further and say dead or alive.
Okay, wow. I never thought about dead or deceased. But I don't know. Ooh, I don't. I would like to work with Denzel Washington is on the top of my list. He's just one of my favorites. Um, I wouldn't mind working with James Earl Jones. To be honest.
Ooh.
Uh, Also, a lot of people don't know his name, but Gary Oldman. He played. Matter of fact, he played opposite of Denzel in the Book of Eli. He was the one that wanted the book really bad in the book.
Okay. Hmm.
Gary Oldman is amazing. He's played Commissioner Gordon. He was also in Fifth Element back in the day with Bruce Willis and Chris Tucker and all these people. But he's an amazing actor to me. So um, off the top of my list, those are the three I could think of right now, like off the top of my head: Denzel, James Earl Jones, and Gary Oldman.
Now, as far as James Earl Jones goes, I just recently watched again, which was one of my favorite movies, was Field of Dreams.
Okay.
And he was in that, and it's the uniqueness of his voice.
Yeah.
Um, Even if he's not on screen himself and he's doing voiceovers,
Mhm.
or his voice is very unique.
Yeah.
And that part for me is where I want to be, where your voice is uniquely signature to you, that even when I sing, even when I talk or speak, that it's me and it's not another person.
Yeah.
Um, when it comes to even the industry of singing, it's important to be different,
hmm
because your different stands out. Like we say in the world of God, he uniquely made you different for a reason. There's no need for you to try to mimic someone else. Your uniqueness is tailor made to you.
hmm
And when I hear your voice and when I see you're acting, I can see you on the path of being different from everyone else.
Yeah. That's
I can even tell, even in sitting at the dinner table, even though we're laughing, it's still in a moment of what is my next step to even making myself a better version of me.
hmm yeah.
And so I'm a people watcher. I love watching people. I love meeting new people. This is why I get a kick out of this twice a week, three times a week, whatever. And hopefully that I will get to where I need to be as far as TV land. I want the world to know so many different versions of us.
Yeah.
We're all different, and it's amazing to find a different human being. It's exciting to know. And in those moments, I sat there, and you didn't know I was watching you, but I was.
No, I didn't know.
No, I was watching you. I was watching everybody interact. It was like a movie within a movie to me, because it was genuine for one, and then two, how we all interacted around this one person.
Yeah.
For her to feel special in that day, for and who she touched in the short time that she has lived on this earth, was amazing to me. It wasn't raunchiness, it wasn't ghetto, it wasn't none of that. It was just to let everyone know, it was very prestigious.
Yeah, I would say it was some excellence in there.
It was prestigious. And I told a friend that also was invited there that I was blessed to be invited, because I know this person don't mess with everybody.
Right.
And so in your interacting, you were making everyone else laugh with the inside jokes that we were doing. But it was like, okay, I'm going to lead the room, but then I'm going to bow out when I need to. I was watching everything.
Well, thank you. I think that's a compliment. I'm gonna take that.
It is.
Laughter is a beautiful thing, right? It does your heart good like a medicine, as the Bible would say. And so when I'm not on stage, or if I'm not acting, I got to be me. When I walk in the room, I got to be myself. And so when I walk in a room with myself is a really closed off person. I'm really to myself. Like, I almost even show up to the gathering because I'm a really to myself person. And but the person that asks us to show up, I'm like, I got to show up for them. You know what I mean? So when I show up, when I got there and I seen everybody in the room, the first thing my mind goes to, so I can shake my nerves, is let's have a good time. Let's laugh. Let's laugh. So I feel like laughter breaks a lot of ice, especially when it's good. There's no ill intent behind the laughter. I feel like it breaks a lot of ice, and I think you get to know people better when they're laughing and they're a little more comfortable. You know what I mean? So, as far as stepping in and stepping out, I just try to read the room as best as I can. You know what I mean? Like, I try to understand where I'm at. This is not about Marcus, so he ha ha, then back off, Marcus. This ain't your show. You know what I mean? So that's interesting. Nobody's ever said that out loud that they watch me do that. I kind of like that.
Yeah. Again, I'm a people watcher, and I know that God has gifted me to make people comfortable. So in these moments, you'll get things out of people that you wouldn't get on a regular conversation.
Yeah.
So it's hats off, is mask off, is it's just me and you, and we just gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
And so those moments is what I two words up, and there's uplift and there's empower. So in your gifting that God has given to you, what those two words mean to you?
I feel like in the gift of acting, that we take people out of their worlds for a second. You know what I mean? Sometimes, especially the world we live in now, it's a beautiful place, but it's a pretty dark place too. So I feel like sometimes people just need a break. And I feel like in acting, we could do both of these words. We can uplift or empower, even if the story is a sad story, or even if the movie isn't necessarily like a happy ending type of movie. You take them out of their world, you get the pressure off of them for a minute, and you get to entertain them or bring them into another world just so they can breathe, so they can go back into their world and live a little longer or fight a little harder. And people don't see that with entertainment. Sometimes they're like, oh, it's just a movie or it's just this. No, it's really therapy for a lot of people, for millions of people. And so I feel like that with this gift of acting that God has given me, I do that every time they come see me. So it also makes me say, I don't know if this is going to be this person's first time or last time seeing me. So let me empower them or uplift them by taking that load off of them, so they could just enjoy a movie for whatever the movie is presenting, just so they can breathe and gather themselves and go back in the world and fight a little harder.
So I mentioned that Third Degree.
Hmm?
One of the, I'm not even gonna say up and coming, but he's been here doing it big. Dennis Reed. Matter of fact, it's about to have, I think, casting call again
Yeah,
soon.
I reposted it. He does have a casting call coming up.
So for all those who, I'm not even gonna say just here, wherever you are, if you're trying to get into acting, this is one of the casting calls you don't want to miss.
Yeah.
But you were in that movie with several people that I knew. Matter of fact, Javon Long, I just had on last weekend.
Okay.
And he was the one that recommended me to watch that movie. Of course, he's in it, not knowing that 5 minutes, and I'm not going to tell the movie, but it was very touching. Then you're in the movie with what is Willie Taylor, right?
Yep.
From
Day 26.
Day 26.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, wait, what is, huh? And then what is her name? I think her last name is Neely Tibbet.
Yeah. Yes, I know you're talking about. Yeah, she's in it too. Yeah.
She was on my show last year.
Oh, really?
When she had a premiere about was it Silence?
Oh yeah. I think it's Silent No More or Silent, something like that.
Yes, something like that. But yeah, she was on the show last year. And the guy that's playing Jovan's friend,
Quentin Sharp.
Okay, so I've reached out to him to set up something to come on the show, and so it basically, it's when you get in, is who you know. Be nice, be kind to people, be humble. You never know who knows who. And again, this conversation happened based off of who knows who, and plus it's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
I don't think you were going to get away with telling me no. I don't think.
No, I don't think there was no way around telling you no.
I don't think so.
Gonna let me lead that beautiful place we were at without you saying, "Hey, don't you forget."
No, and then on top of that, I actually snagged 2 people right after another.
Yeah, you wasn't playing. You was in there
and
ready.
I was like, and by the way, you did what for Motown? Oh, you know you coming on too. And so it happens that way.
Yeah, it do. That's how we
very, kind and persuasive at the same time. Like you really don't have a choice, but
it's a kind, persuasive assertiveness that you have.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. My other thing, and for y'all don't know why he's in his car, is he's on his way to a premiere. And so again, I've already had his word that he was going to come by and see us. So I'm not going to keep him long because he has another engagement. But however, as you duly noted, that he still came and saw us, right?
Absolutely. I'm a man of my word. I said I'm gonna figure it out. So here we are figuring it out.
Right. So tonight, also one of the things that I wanted to talk about, even into, I find it that we all have a regular 9-to-5 job. We in the evenings or whatever weekends, we're doing what we do. And then we still have family life and a life to ourselves. So my word or my question to you, what does a balanced life look like for you?
Well, for me, I like this question too. For me, it's still family, still God at the head, God, family, and then really just taking care of yourself. I still do other things, like I do mentorship programs with the Detroit Arts and Science the Academy of Detroit Art and Science. I still do a lot of mentorship programs with them. I like working with kids. I feel like not just in the cliche way of they're our future. I just feel like if you empower the children and get the children behind you, you're a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? You get youth behind you, you're a force to be reckoned with. But at the same time, you lead the way to show them how to make themselves their own force. So I do that. I do a lot of work with the kids. But for me, that's what it is. It's really just staying grounded in life, staying grounded in being human. You know what I mean? Because that's where I get all my creativity from anyway. I'm talking to people like yourself, talking with kids, talking with. I feel like my dad always told me you should be able to talk to the president the same way you should be able to talk to a homeless man. You know what I'm saying? So I like people. I'm like you. I'm a people watcher, an observer, but I'm also observing. Be like, it's not only because it's interesting, but I also observing because I'm really learning something about life, and then I could use it probably down the way in another character that I got to play or something like that. But you got and taking care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. I work out. I enjoy working out. I don't. I enjoy working out sometimes, but I work out because I know now one because my body and my mind and me as a person I'm my own business, and then two, I got to be healthy to for longevity in this thing. So you got to take care of yourself, and I don't wrap my life around acting, even though I am very serious about it. Even though I know y'all gonna see me giving an Oscar speech one day, it's still that I don't wrap my bookings or non-bookings around that because that'll drive you crazy. I don't wait for acting to make a way for me. I just use it to help me make a way, and it has made its own path for me. But I don't wrap yourself around in your career like that because if your career goes tomorrow, then what? If you don't have the ability to act or to sing or to do whatever you do, because nothing lasts forever. You know what I mean? So don't wrap yourself in it. Maximize it, use it, perfect it to the best of your ability, and honor God with it. But don't wrap yourself in it because you'll lose sometimes. I don't get every booking that I audition for. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes there's really high moments and there's really low moments. So I can't wrap everything around that all the time.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So for you, how do you deal with for some people, they feel rejected.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel with the no? How do you deal with that?
I feel like this is literally what I do. When I hear the no's, right? Immediately, I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't the one for me. No matter how big the no may seem, no matter how much I expected to get it or wanted it, I always say, okay, this let me know that this wasn't the thing for me. So go another way. This project wasn't for you. This role wasn't for you. So you have to keep going because if I would have stopped doing that booking certain things, you wouldn't know who I was in this conversation if I would have gave up. You know what I mean? Like I would have never booked the Empire. I never would have been on Fatal Attractions. I never would have I just filmed the whole movie the end of the year in October, November. I was there for a month and a half filming the whole movie in Ohio where they put us in this beautiful mansion and we got paid every day. It was amazing. You know what I mean? I can't wait for that movie to come out. But things like that. So if I would have given up, I would have never met a Clifton Powell or Lynn Whitfield. You know what I mean? I never would have met Angela Dunlap. I never would have met these people that I had the chance to rub shoulders with if I would have just said no. Don't get me wrong now. There are some no's that sting a little harder than other no's. I auditioned for a movie that Kevin Costner is doing now. It's going to be a beautiful movie. It was in the role that I had. I was going to book. I would appear in 3 of the 4 movies. It was a 4-movie deal, and I was going to appear. My character would appear in 3 of the 4 movies. So I'm thinking, and then me and my manager Benny, we did the numbers, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is going to change my life financially. This is going to change my life in my career. It's going to open up so many doors. And I went and did the audition. We sent it off, and they told me even the agency said, "Oh, amazing. We put him at the top of the list." Blah blah blah. Then my manager Benny calls me, and he calls me about a week or so later, and he said, "Bro, you booked it." And then he was like, "But the only thing is they changed the race of the character." But he said, "You booked it. They just changed the race last minute." And I said, wow. I said my life was finna change. You know what I mean? But I could have waddled there. I could have been like, oh, what was me? But then I went and booked this movie in Ohio where I work with the sound man has an Oscar. So I was able to actually talk to an Oscar winner and he had an Oscar. These guys worked on the first Avengers movie. They worked close with Marvel. And I wouldn't have met these people and made that movie if I would have gave up on the Kevin Costner thing. You get what I'm
Yes.
So the no, what keeps me going is that no right now. That means this is not for you. Keep going, not no and cry. If I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry to keep going. I'm not gonna cry to stay in it. If that makes sense.
I'm gonna put a pin in this. I'm gonna say yes, God. So that no should have been, or I hear it as, you got it. You beat out everybody that auditioned for that.
Mm-hmm.
They just decided to change the race.
Yep.
Of the person that they were looking for. But however, you had the yes.
I had the yes.
But then you look at it and you're rubbing elbows with people or into the, I see it as the measuring stick, like I can do this because now I'm in the room. So I don't feel, for me, it's, I went to I lived in Huntsville, Alabama for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And most of my friends there to this day are well off. Mm-hmm. Well off. Now, I don't think God will put me in a circle with people who are well off and not give it to you. You hear me?
Yep. Come on.
So when I heard you say I'm around people who are part of Avengers were $1 million something, millions, not just a million, millions of dollars entity by itself, right? Yep. You're rubbing elbows with people who already won Oscars.
Yeah.
So I don't think God will put you in this room and not give it to you. Now,
I say
that to me stirred me up like, oh, okay, I got some work to do, but it's gonna be me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm listening to you, and it's one day I'm gonna get an Oscar. One day I'm gonna do this and do that. So for a person, and I'm still people watching, and it's just like cool and relaxed, like I'm going to get there in my own time. And when you hear the success stories of most of these people, they have been just like us.
Mm-hmm.
And it took them one person, right? This mantra now, one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. It's proven. It ain't nothing I made up.
Right. No. I when you came on with that, I always say that. I said, you're one audition away. You're one phone call away. You're one, I remember that guy from that audition room on that movie he didn't book, but I remembered him. You know what I mean? It's like, so you're always, I love when you came in with it. You're always one away. It's a phone call. It's I didn't mean to bump into you. That's okay. You start a conversation. You didn't know who they were, but then they tell you who they are. And now you're one step closer to something. You know what I mean? You're always one away. You're out in my spiritual life. I'm like, I'm one prayer away. You get what I'm saying? I'm one get up and live right one more time before the Lord away from getting where God want me to be. Like, you always one away. You're always one away.
Listen, don't have me get up off this church. I mean, off this couch and run around this room. Please don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Because it's the part that's you get to express your love. Mm-hmm. Not only for God, but the joy that he gives, the talent that he gives, you get to use it on a day-to-day basis. You get to put a smile on somebody's face. When I was watching Third Degree in your character, I'm like, no, he ain't serious. Oh, he one of them. Oh, okay. All right. And then he laugh. And then go off, and then come back, and now you got blessed because you know that person. Oh, okay. And then the flip side of it, because of that person, now you can help that person, and then at the end, you still helping them. Like, told you I'm something like an OG. Like,
Oh, gee.
so
Yeah.
it's the dynamics. It's, you don't know who's watching your movie.
Mm-mm.
You can get that call. Benny could get that call. Like, who is that? I need him on set. The funny thing is, the pilot that I'm a part of, called The Property,
Mm-hmm.
she's my cousin. But however, how she saw me was, I posted pictures from the play outside of my family, taking pictures and things. And I posted it on Facebook. And she's looking, and she's like, I was supposed to be there, but however, she's looking through the pictures, and she's like, that's my uncle. And she's trying to figure out, why am I with my uncle? So she inboxes me like, hey, I enjoyed the show, the congrats, but is this person da 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 da? Who is he to you? I'm like, that's my uncle. Well, that's my uncle too. So she do the rundown of the family, how we related. I called my uncle, like, is she telling the truth? Because these days people is,
Mm-hmm.
And come to find out, she's my cousin for real. And she was like, I want you to be a part of my project. And I'm like, for real? She said, but you still got to audition, but I still want you to be a part. And it was just based off of what she saw in that little clip.
Yep.
And now I'm working with Richard Bass, who just did, we sitting at the table of Chocolate Kids too.
Yeah. Chocolate Kids too. That just came out. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, I'm in the room with this man.
Yeah.
And it happened just like that. And literally, it's like life-changing. It's the moments of, you see what God is doing. You see the handwriting. And it's just, in this moment, be appreciative, be humble, continue to give praise to him, continue to give him love, because he didn't have to choose you for this. But this is what you do.
Adios.
This is what you do. So, again, I said I wasn't going to keep you long. So I'm going to get to my church announcements.
Okay, get to the church announcements.
And then I'm going to let you go. Okay. And if you want to, you can always come back for another conversation. My doors is always open.
Yeah, I would love to come back for another conversation. We would have a ball. And I can be in a better...
Absolutely. It's okay. It doesn't matter where you are. The Lord knows your heart.
Knows my heart.
So, the Blueprint God's Design, my first single book that God allowed me to write. It is out on Amazon. You can put the title in, put my name in, Camilla Foster, or put the code in, and it will come up. Please support. It's about my journey at the time of realizing that I was trying to do God's job. And he had to sit me down. I was going in the wrong direction, and it's okay to understand that I get to start over. I'm not wasting money. I'm not wasting time. I'm not doing things that he didn't cause me to do. And so, in that, it was the journey of freedom, to stay in my lane and be all I can be in the spot that I'm in. Two things that stuck out to me outside of my own journey, of course, is the word fear is mentioned in the Bible 365 times. And it was one of those things that you're faced with every day. But even though God didn't give it to you, it's still a choice.
Yeah.
You want to believe it or not. I went on a cruise that same year, and it was the fear breaker for me. I went on this cruise, and I went and jumped off a 15-foot cliff into some water. And it was, if I can do that, I can do anything. And the thing was, he said, see yourself beyond where you are now. Yes, God. See yourself from where you are now and I jumped, which caused me to do the Perilous Times audition and got it.
Yeah.
It caused me to go and to do all these different auditions and get it. Because now I'm fearless.
Yeah.
So get the book so you can see how I did that. If you want to continue to see this platform get to TV land, to do all the things that I want to do to bring the world people like Marcus Woods, we don't got to go to Atlanta. We ain't got to go to Hollywood. We ain't even got to go to New York. You can come right here in Detroit. You can donate at the Cash App at Sunshine Kamilah, Kamilah. That is how you really spell my name. But if you see my name on social media, it's only for people to pronounce my name correctly. Okay.
Yeah.
This conversation has been brought to you by Blacktop Streetball Association, BTSBA.com. If you know who And One was, my big brother main event is this his baby. So coming up in the springtime, look out for them to come back stronger than ever as owners this time. Not just the players, but as owners.
Wow.
We learn our lesson and we get the culture back. So again, support Blacktop Streetball Association because they support me. If you know people that want to come on the show or you want to recommend somebody to have a conversation with me, you can inbox me on Facebook at Sunshine Kamilah, IG Sunshine Kamilah, or Keeping It Real Conversations. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is the name of the show, Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. Of course, you can't go wrong with that. You can email me, CamilahFoster51@gmail. I'll definitely get back to you. 2 big events that are coming up in the city real soon. Swifty McVeigh of D12 is having an unplugged performance meet and greet Saturday, March 2nd at 6 p.m. at the MAG, 21421 Hilltop Street, Suite 24, Southfield, Michigan 48033. If you know who D12 is and Eminem, you definitely know who Swifty is. That's also my heart, TT from the D. That's her husband. So again, I have no choice but to support. And if you know Crystal P, the best comedian in the city, she's celebrating 20 years in entertainment, More Than Eyes Can See, Saturday, March 16th at 7 p.m. at Ford Community and Performing Arts Center, 15801 Michigan Avenue, Dearborn, Michigan. Those tickets are already on sale. Please go support. Those are shows you don't want to miss. Also, I need you to support I Am Marcus Woods.
Yeah. Check me out. Support me. That's my Instagram. And just Marcus Woods on Facebook. I'm also, go check out Melanin. It's on the CW. You can download the CW on your phone, on your tablet, and you can see me play Attorney Adams. That movie is directed by none other than Darren Brown. So it's a good film. Check it out.
Wow. Again, you just don't know. You guys need to just support. Not because he's just black, not because he's just, God-fearing, not just because. I just need y'all to do it because I say so. How about that?
Yeah, I like that. Also, at 8 o'clock on my Instagram, I give out free tips at 8 p.m. on Instagram Live every Monday. It's called Monologue Mondays. And I also have people come on and do monologues because there's always TV producers, directors, other actors from our city and abroad that come and watch. I've seen 2 or 3 people get booked from just coming on my free Instagram Live, where I give free information about the business and have a couple of them do some monologues.
Well, this has been an awesome conversation. It's not as long as I would love to, but again, I know he has something else to do, and I'm respectful of everybody's time. Again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, and one help away from where you need to be in your destiny, proven over and over again since I started this show. We'll be back on next Tuesday, excuse me, with somebody else, of course. dope as usual. And that's going to be a great conversation. So last words to Marcus Woods, what would you like to say, sir?
Just continue to keep being great. I always tell everybody, just keep going. No matter what happens, just keep going.
All right. So let me double check. Actually, this Tuesday I will be filming in person with Gwen Spencer, which is Gwen Nation, and yes, and Portia Starr. They're starting a new podcast, and I am their first guest. So I will be filming with them on next Tuesday. So you won't see me until Thursday, which will be Richard Bass. So I am so big. Oh, I'm so excited. Again, Marcus, you have a wonderful time at this premiere. I love that you continue to come and support and be a man of your word. Again, we will rebook this and reschedule this for a longer conversation because I know we have more to talk about. So again, I want you guys to support Marcus. Be safe out there, and I will see y'all soon. Peace.
Peace. Thank you for having me.
No problem.